it's Jennifer here from Belladonna's Botanicals, and this is your October 2024 updates on all things Belladonna's Botanicals, what's going on, etc. So, first, I want to talk about two things. Also, my cats are here. So, I in Pennsylvania, we were fine from Hurricane Helene. However, I just want to first extend I don't want to say thoughts and prayers, but positive energy, whatever I can muster magically towards those affected by Hurricane Helene. I mean, there's a lot of, customers, clients, friends, colleagues, etc., that were affected by that. In the kind of South Carolina, up in Tennessee, in that area. So I've been kind of keeping up on things. That said, my heart goes out to, I mean, the devastation is, it's a lot. Like I've been watching some of the videos and stuff, and it's just horrifying. That said, there will no doubt be postal delays if there's stuff that was going through regional centers that were in those affected areas, or things that were going to people who live in that areas. Please expect delays. I will keep my eye on things as best as I can. But please just be patient and know that there probably will be some postal delays, especially things that go regionally, because sometimes they bounce from regional distribution centers to get to where they're going. I mean, that I'm in Pennsylvania, a lot of them go kind of like south. So to get to, the Midwest and whatnot. So just please be patient. Natural disasters are unpredictable, and, they affect a lot of people in a myriad of ways. So that's the first thing. So this would probably, I assume that depending upon where things might be, I mean, the devastation was entire places were wiped off the map. So I'm gonna have to kind of keep an eye on what's where in the tracking system, because if things I sent out before, after, during, and after the hurricane might be affected. So the next thing, moving on to great things, since I am also in the Northeast, there is a looming port workers strike from Maine to Texas, and that's expected to the strike would be expected to start Tuesday. I'm not entirely sure of the whys and wherefores of the strike. I just learned about this yesterday. Stuff like this does, hey, I fully support union people, but it also does kind of impact small businesses like me. So with it being port workers, that's going to impact international shipping. I'm going to try to get, I do have some I do get a fair amount of international orders every week, and I do have a few that I'm going to try to get out tomorrow in hopes that maybe they could get through, because what happens when I send stuff out internationally, it all goes to ports in New York and New Jersey, and then gets the customs and stuff like that, because all of those export things are in those areas. The other part of that is it could impact, because the headline is expect shortages and higher prices. So I may have some issues in getting supplies, and also to circle back to the hurricane thing. A few of my suppliers are down in North Carolina, South Carolina. So in that thing. So there might be stuff that I can get this, I just have to get it from Washington State. It's going to take a lot longer to get here. So also with the port workers strike, that might affect my ability to get things. I'm just gonna have to kind of keep an eye on it. I hope the strike does not happen and everything works out to the best of for the best, possible outcome for everyone. I realize that is not the world we live in, though. So anyways, just if you see our prices rising, just know I do adjustments on our pricing on a yearly basis. Some things stay the same, some go up, some go down. Sometimes I try to normalize things. So like recently, I normalized all of our Bath and Body products to be the same price. Where because the Bath and Body oils were slightly more expensive. Like the soap stayed the same, but I kind of brought up the bath salts, bubble bath, and body wash to kind of like even that out. Um, so there's things like that that I do to try to kind of mitigate because yeah, a lot of things have gone up and keep continuing to go up, and hopefully that gets resolved at some point in time. Um, because there gets to be a point where it's like, well, who's going to pay $25 for a bar of soap? Um, you know, I do my best, but it's just me. So, moving along from that into other stuff, just some quick health updates because that also does impact my ability to get things done out and shipped on. So I have way overextended myself with events for the upcoming month. I'm recording this over the weekend. This is the last like free weekend I have until early November. So, um, let's see. So as far as health updates go, like I had a 2-day event last weekend. I'm just now a week later, like my pain level is down to like say it's normal 2 to 3 range, whereas before it was up in like the 4 to 6. So I was a little trying to, having to run an event, do an event, catch up on everything. It's hard on my body. So that said, I do have I think it's the 11th. I do have I'm getting cortisone shots in my sacroiliac joint. That's that little kind of hinge that keeps the top half of your body and the bottom half of your body connected and gives you flexibility. I have a lot of joint hypermobility, which is why I have a lot of joint issues. So I'm getting cortisone shots in my back then. So fingers crossed will help with a lot of the joint related pain that I have because it is really hard on me with events sometimes. Because it gets me in the hips, it gets me in the back, and when your hips and back are like at a 7 or 8, it's really freaking hard to do anything. Because even at like I get to the point where I'm like even sitting hurts. So it's kind of like I'm up down all the time. So yeah. So upcoming events we are on October 5th. We're doing another mystical day at the Wind Creek Outlets in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. October 6th. This one should be a real good, this should be an amazing event. I went last year because it was right after I moved to Bend, but the Festival of the Witch at Gallow Hill Spirit Company in Allentown, PA. There's gonna be over 125 vendors. It seems like it's gonna be much bigger than the one I last year, so I'm really excited about that. October 13th, we're doing the Magical Market of Witchy Wares at the Heinzelman Carriage House in Hellertown, Pennsylvania. Let's see, October 19th, I'm doing the Witches Night Market at the Sun Inn in historic Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. October 26th, I'm doing the Witchtober Market at the South Mall in Allentown. And November 2nd is Maiden Fest at the South Mountain Grove, also in Allentown. So I'm booked pretty heavily at this point. That is like every weekend I have something. And given like my pain fluctuations, like at least the first 2 events, like I know I'm gonna be hosed after the 5th and 6th, but like hopefully for like the events after that, I might be in a little less pain and it might be more manageable. But yeah, so let's see. New. So I have a lot of new products. Mostly should be out by the time it's and we're back. So I don't remember if I showed you all these last time, but I may have. I'm not sure. But I have 3 new wax melt blends. So we have the Manifestation wax melts. These are like a soy wax or soy hybrid. I don't like working with 100% soy wax because it cracks and it makes this weird chalk, especially on candles, makes it real. Once you start burning, it gets this like weird chalky residue. Anywho, we also have our Spiritual Awakening wax melts, and these are complementary to the candles we have. I just can't remember if I showed these in the last video. And we just dropped, we're working on an Evil Eye protection collection. So we have, sorry, glare. That one got a little mangled. You can see what I'm saying with the and also with bouncing around back and forth, like what, like the soy wax kind of cracks. So I'll have to fix this one. But we have the Evil Eye protection wax melts to do that. And also have two variations of Evil Eye protection candles. They're both Independence Blue, like glass. So the tops we have black tourmaline down. So we have black tourmaline, a Evil Eye bead, the Hamsa hand. I forget what herbs are in here, and then also some black and blue glitter. So these are really good for getting rid of that evil eye energy, because I know that's something I deal with a lot. And these are hopefully going to be up by the time the video drops. If not, stay tuned for this week. This is newly designed Evil Eye Protection Ritual Oil. So it's got much of the same ingredients that the candle does. So you can anoint your candle with the oil. And since I'm almost out of our Dragon's Blood candles that we've had, they've been really popular. People love Dragon's Blood, apparently. I have two new variations. So I'm working on, we have a vintage glass, and I'm also working on, I am making like just standard, black tumblers available. So this is like the tumbler version of the Dragon's Blood candle, and these I think are 10 ounces roughly. And then I also did, this is a vintage Libby tawny smoky brown wine glass. So I have a few of these. So I'm going to keep doing the vintage glass, but those are always going to be just kind of what's available. Like that one I only have 4 of, but I can do much more of these. So, and those should be up this week at some point, and I'm hoping to get through. I don't have these decorated yet, but I'm doing the same. We just sold out of our Lilith candles. So we have, I don't have them decorated, but we have the Lilith devotional candle and 2 new vintage glass options here. We have a few of the Cape Cod, Avon Cape Cod glasses. I like these. I have a ton of these. And this is I never remember the name for it, so I have to take notes. It is the King's Crown Ruby Red Cranberry glass. It's about the same size. It's a small glass. It's also kind of got that thumbprint. This is sometimes also called thumbprint because it's kind of got like, where your little divots in there in the design. The top parts are red. I know the candle is red, so you can't see, but the bottom part is clear. The thing to keep in mind with vintage glass, I don't know if you can see it, is that like there's a little bit of wear and tear because it is vintage glass. So most of it is in, good condition, good. Most of it's in great condition as is. Occasionally you might see something that might have a little bit of a, it's vintage, wear and tear, that kind of goes with the territory. So I'm trying to think what else there is. So just the other couple things coming up. At some point, I am not sure when exactly, probably before the holidays, it will be dropping. I have 2 contributions in an upcoming Kitchen Witch book through Darkerwood Publishing, which if you're familiar with S. Conley's work, that's where it is coming from. I'm very excited for that. And I've also just started as of, no, I was at the event and I just started writing a book. So I'm working on writing something very integrated magic, my sort of working on, I wouldn't, maybe my own magical system, but like, or philosophy to kind of integrate and bridge some of the gaps in between spiritual practices. I'm not gonna get into all of that right now, but I am starting to work on that because, hey, I've got so much free time, except that I don't. So yeah, let's take the busiest time of year to start writing a book, Jen. Banner idea. Ideas were logical, but yeah. So that's mostly what is going on. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Etsy hasn't been a pain in the ass this month at least. So yeah, I think that's it. This is a short video for this month, but it's just gonna it's I'm entering my busy time of year, obviously, with it being, Halloween coming up, Samhain, the holidays, holiday sales. I'm trying to, plan to actually take a vacation, which is not something I get to do very often. Um, I don't think I would be away for that long because I really can't. There's usually a lull in sales in the beginning to mid November because obviously everyone's waiting for the Black Friday sales and all of that as well. So that might be like the only time a little divot I have that I can get away. I'll keep everyone posted. I think that's pretty much it at this point. But yeah, just keep an eye out. We will communicate through social media, our e-newsletter, all of that, anything that's coming up and down the pike. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Be sure to subscribe to our e-newsletter and follow us on social media. We're now on Threads because Twitter. And I honestly, I have to say, I really am enjoying Threads. Like it's I haven't enjoyed social media in a very long time, and like actually, I really enjoy that one. So, anyways, love you all. Stay safe. Bye.